Welcome to Ugly Truck. In this video, we're going to get the 5.3 bolted up in this 85 C10, so stay tuned.
All right, we're getting ready to get this motor ready to go into the pickup. This thing's a 5.3 liter. It's a L59, which means it was E85 capable. You can tell it's an E85 motor. It has a stainless steel fuel rail, so it can handle all the ethanol in it. And if that isn't enough, you can also look at the injectors and you'll see that the electrical port for them, it's square, it's not rectangular. If it was rectangular, it'd be an LM7 most likely for this year. But this one, L59, 5.3, it's a great motor. Nothing at all wrong with them. They're really good. We took this out of a 2005 Chevy Suburban, and this is all you really need if you get to that point and you're pulling one out. This is the main engine harness. This one, the throttle's electronically controlled, so you need the accelerator pedal, which goes to the end of this plug. And then this is the controller for the accelerator pedal. And then you have your two plugs that go to your ECM, which run your engine and transmission. So if you were pulling one of these out to use this, and we're going to use the original harness, that's all you'd need. This bundle of wires here is what we'll tie into to actually make the truck run. So you don't want to go cutting any of these off just yet. You'd want to hold off a little bit and just leave that stuff. All right, and then the rest of the wiring harness that you need to get if you're pulling one of these out of something or buying it is the wires that go to the transmission, the automatic transmission, and then the oxygen sensors. It's pretty simple. You can see if somebody's ever cut something off that you don't have. They terminate where they're supposed to, and that's what you'll need to run this engine and transmission. Every LS engine I've ever seen so far, it'll have a broken exhaust manifold bolt. This one, fortunately, it is broke off. It is not broke off flush. They will break off completely flush with the cylinder head, and makes them a little bit more difficult to get out. You don't want to put the engine in and have one broken and be thinking about it afterwards, because right now is the time to fix it. But this one will come out. Just putting a vice grip on it. Ever since we pulled this engine out, I've been spraying it down with WD-40 or some kind of penetrant oil every chance that I got walking past it. So these come out as long as there's something to grab hold of. All right. So we got to put some motor mounts on this. We're going to use the original style clamshell motor mounts that were on this truck, and I use a aftermarket adapter plate for them. Used a few of these, and they seem to work really nice. So that's what we're going to use on this one. They just bolt 4 bolts to the original motor mount holes. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different options for where your original motor mounts would be able to sit. So So let's put those on. Put a little bit of Loctite on the ones that go to the engine. Alright, so we're gonna, these are the original motor mount mounts, I guess you'd call them. So we're gonna mount this plate. Alright, leave them all loose to begin with. And get them all started. That one takes the screws that have a flat head on them, so they sit flush. Tighten them all down. Okay. All right, so next you're gonna place the motor mount in the holes that set it down where you want your engine to sit in it. It's we've done these before, so I know which ones they are. Then you can put these in with the exhaust manifolds installed on them, but it's a lot easier, I think, to set them in there when they're not, when the manifolds aren't on there. So that's how I do them. Okay, so basically that's all it needs to be set into its spot. We'll push it towards the truck and start setting it down in the engine bay. All right, so before we put the engine in, I'm taking, get everything that might possibly be in the way kind of out of the way, if you can. If you got to zip tie it up or whatever. These are the original motor mounts that we're going to drop those mounts that we just bolted onto the engine onto. They just kind of sit on there, and then they have one bolt that goes through them to hold them once you get it into place. But okay, and then same thing on the engine. I've got like all the wiring harness kind of just bundled up to where nothing's going to get in my way when we go to set it in there. Everything from the main harness is just laying there on the front. So the starter's bolted on. It goes in there okay. If a person has trouble with that, you can take the starter off and put that on later, but it'll go in there no problem with that. So you just don't want anything that's going to be sticking out, or something that would be hanging that would cause a problem for you. So that should do it. Got clearance there in the front. Scoot it over to the passenger side a little bit. And then pull it back some. A little more. All right, I'll bring it down a little bit. Yep. All right, I'll pull it back a little bit. All right, now down some. Is it clearing everything over there?
You look it. Plenty of room over there.
All right, down some more.
You got it.
Okay, now we got to go back some. No, back some. The other back. Keep going. Raise it up just a pinch. Cover that. Alright, scoot it back. Okay, now down. Okay.
This side.
Load them out. Got to go up a little bit for me. Okay. All right, now you can go down. Sitting in its spot. Go ahead and let it down just a pinch more.
More.
Alright, cool. It's in.
Alright, we're done.
All done.
That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Take some more slack out of it. Let's see what happens. Okay, hold it up. Come back up. That's the problem with not having the transmission in it to hold it. So,
Sure went in a lot easier though.
huh?
Sure went in a lot easier without the transmission though.
Yeah. Clearance for everything else. I think it's sitting back perfect, really.
Yeah. That's nice.
Are you still recording?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's the engine's set in its spot. This customer wants a nice fresh transmission, so in some cases we put the engine and transmission in at the same time, but in this one we're rebuilding the transmission right now, so we'll put it in next. And, it's also nice to know that you can get the transmission in without taking the engine out too, since it's not, you know, designed for this motor. But by putting it in, we'll be able to know that you could take it out if you had to in the future if you needed to. Right. Okay. All right. This is what makes doing an LS swap so much fun. When you're at this point and you get to see this engine sitting in that spot, it's pretty rewarding. So it's a lot of work, but it is great when it's in there, and it's almost like it was made to do that. So at this point, we've got to put the transmission up in it. After we get the transmission in, we'll measure the drive shaft length. We'll send it off, have it done. And then on our list of things to do, we got to do a fuel system for it. We got to do wiring, an exhaust system, and then everything that hangs here on the front of the motor. So there's a pretty good list of things to do to it, but overall, it isn't that bad. So it's not something that a person couldn't tackle themselves if you have a little bit of patience and are willing to have a little bit of fun doing it too. So thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll get notified when we upload the next video on this one. So thanks a lot. Oh, how's it going? Yeah, I can see the dog. She's poking her head up. Can't see anything now.
Okay. Welcome to Ugly Truck. Oh my god. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Alright, so at this point we got the 5.3 sitting in here.
So it's difficult, but for the most part it's not that hard. So it's something that anybody could do in their backyard or in their kitchen or living room. So take this bolt out, take that bolt out, and bing bang boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Now what are these? Where do those go to? No, that's my problem with doing the LS swap. It's like there are things like that. It's like, what does that go to? Huh? Does red mean danger?
Danger.
Danger.
Blind wires?
And what in the world is this contraption? I want to know now. So, and these wires go to, that many wires go to the alternator? Mm-hmm. That's weird. Huh. Well, we'll figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah.
What's this wire go to?